In today's video, we are going to be talking about the impact of Donald Trump, the President of the United States, recent changes in taxes to you as somebody who has been providing services on the Etsy.com platform or who is looking to import your various products to the US market. If you are seeing my face for the first time, welcome. My name is Eva Mutali, and on this channel, we talk about mostly how to make money online from Kenya or Africa in general. We also talk about passive income opportunities, and we also talk about side hustles. So one of the questions I have been receiving for a very long time is, Eva, how do I register on Etsy.com as a Kenyan? And this is a video that I did some time back. I have been on the Etsy platform for the last maybe 10 years now. And basically what I do, I export curios or African artifacts like earrings, Maasai sandals, and all these handmade African crafts. I export them to the US. And I have largely done so through the Etsy.com platform, because Etsy.com is a platform that brings together people who make handmade products with those who are looking to buy handmade products. So basically, that's what the Etsy.com platform is all about. So at the very beginning, when I shared this opportunity, it was very easy to register for Etsy as a Kenyan. You simply went to Etsy.com, filled in your details, entered your PayPal.com address, and voila, you are ready to start selling. But over time, this changed, and for whatever reason, I don't know, I think there's just something with us Kenyans. Everything that we touch, we ruin it. So I'm not sure why Etsy stopped Kenyans from registering on the platform. Unless if you're already there, then you can continue selling like myself. But they no longer allow new registrants to get on the platform. And don't worry, I'm going to show you a way around it. But I mean, like, I don't know, there's just something with us Kenyans. And one thing I love about Etsy is that the client usually pays before shipping. So that, for example, can allow you, if you didn't have money maybe for raw materials, or you didn't have the right amount of funds to ship. So this can help you in terms of capital and even just for shipping. So I want to suspect that maybe some Kenyans, knowing the way Kenyans can be funny, maybe some people started conning people out of their money. They take the money because the client pays upfront and they weren't delivering, or they were delivering poor quality products. But anyway, that's fine. So for whatever reason, if you are unable to register on Etsy as a Kenyan, basically what you can do is start a page on a platform like TikTok or on Instagram or Facebook or even YouTube, and then market your products to these clients, because these days people even have TikTok shops. Or if you're not able to go through TikTok shops, just keep like showcasing the products that you provide, and you're gonna find your clientele who, the moment you start shipping to, or the moment you start being faithful in sending the product that you said you are going to provide, then it's going to just start building a name for yourself. You can also use like the Facebook Marketplace. I've talked about that. You can showcase your products on Instagram, but also you can decide to start your own website and then include a way that people can access you and pay for your products. No, anyway, back to the Trump situation. So unless you've been hiding under a rock, you know that as soon as Donald Trump became the president of the United States, before even the ink dried up, and there were all these sweeping changes that happened. And one of those was imposition of import taxes to mostly African and Asian countries that were shipping stuff to the US. So why is this important? So initially, you can remember when I started talking about opportunities to make money online, I really used to advocate for shipping stuff to the US, anything that is made in Kenya, because of what we call the AGOA agreement. So this is an agreement between the US and Kenya whereby anything that is made in Kenya would go to the US market duty free. So that meant if, let's say, a client bought your product for $100, when you ship it to the US, they don't have to pay any taxes. But that is about to change because for different countries, the president of the US, Donald Trump, has imposed different taxes. So, for example, Kenya, our tax has been moved from 0% to 10%. Namibia, I know it has been moved to almost 50%. China, I think, is 80%. So South Africa also, I think, is 50%. So different countries have been imposed different taxes. And therefore, that means for you as someone who exports to the US market, it just makes sense for you to either suffer 10% difference in your profit or hike up your charges by 10% to cover for that, or I don't know, pay for it instead of the client. Like it's gonna need for you to make some changes in how you do business. So the interesting part is that the AGOA agreement, especially the one I know of Kenya, is expiring in September 2025. So it's not clear what is going to happen moving forward when the AGOA agreement happens, or if how this law is going to happen in the spirit of AGOA, because the new laws were taking effect in August. The AGOA agreement expires. Kenya's AGOA agreement with the US expires in September 2025. So there's already that confusion. But personally, what I'm doing, I just hiked up my prices by 10%. And when I am shipping to the client, I mention that I am the one who is paying the duty so that the client doesn't feel like, oh, I paid $50 for this thing and I have to pay another $10. I know how depressing that is, especially as someone who usually shops online. So that's the major update I wanted to share with you guys. And let me know if you are somebody who has been exporting stuff to the US. How are you doing your business differently? How are you going to handle this going forward? So thank you very much for staying to the very end of this video. And I know it's been a minute since I was here. Well, I am now back, like I never left. And thank you to all those who have been asking, hey, Eva, what happened? Where did you go? Well, your girl is now back. And you're going to be seeing a lot of videos here on the channel. And also, if you are not aware, we have a travel channel, which is very, very vibrant. Travel with Eva Mtali. I welcome you on the other side as well. We are creating mostly travel content of my different escapades around the world. And I hope that you will find time to come and say hello. So thank you for staying to the very end. I will definitely see you on the next one. Bye.